Welcome, beautiful souls, to the Navigating Bliss podcast. I am your host, Athena, a spiritual self-love coach who loves helping women own their inner magic. I have been exploring spirituality and personal growth over the past 10 plus years. It has been a wonderfully windy road, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you. This podcast explores spirituality, self-love, personal growth, wellness, manifestation, and all things in between. If you are ready to deep dive into yourself and navigate a life of bliss, you're on the right course. Bon voyage!
Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello. I am not used to seeing myself with makeup on. How weird. That is the world after COVID and job hunting, Zoom interviews. Woohoo!
There you go.
It's fun, it's pressure. But you know what? My boyfriend said something awesome today, and he was like, listen, you're shopping them. They're not shopping you. So make sure it's
That's
what
right.
you want. Walk in with confidence. I was like, yeah, that's amazing. Thanks. That's what I
That's
need to do here.
right. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So hello. Welcome to the pod, everybody. I have my beautiful co-host, Miss Adria, here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Always my semi-permanent co-host. Sorry, my nose keeps itching. So those of you watching on YouTube, sorry, keep watching me scratch my nose. So a while ago on Instagram, I asked all of the amazing followers that I have what they want to hear on the podcast. And one of my friends, Miss Kelsey, little shout out to the amazing, beautiful gem that she is. She put a whole bunch of different ideas, actually, which I loved. But one of the things which kind of made us intrigued us and made us chuckle was aging. So we decided we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah. Aging.
Yeah. How do you feel about aging?
Not really into it. Not really excited about that whole process.
Not excited about it? Why not?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I still feel like I'm about, 24. So I'm just forever 24 or something like that. But then I get bombarded with infomercials or commercials and ads that say, well, if you're over 50, if you're over 40, if you're over whatever, then this is what you have to look forward to. And here's the medicine you're going to need. And here's the Depends you're going to need. And they bombard you with all this stuff. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that. And so, but it's very subtle and it kind of creeps in and it's in your brain. And all of a sudden you think, oh my God, this is what I have to look forward to. So don't feel good about what the media portrays as aging. And yet sometimes on Instagram or on other social media, you'll see these amazing 75-year-olds out there pumping iron that are in better shape than you are. And so it's like, dang, I want to be that. Let me do that instead. So it's really not what they tell us. That's what I say.
I love that approach. Well, I love that mindset. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, yes, I agree. And I also find it very annoying. And as someone who loves studying the subconscious mind, that is a big point I wanted to bring up. Just in regards to what we're hearing from the moment we are, shoved out of the JJ in the world. We just start hearing about how the last thing you want to do is grow old. And it's just like if you really take a step back and look at that, it's so what? Oh, you're wiser now? You've actually done things and have experience and can make better decisions for yourself. Oh no.
Oh
You have a
no.
wrinkle because you laughed a lot. Why is that a problem?
Yeah.
It's so irritating to me. Yet we see all these hills, God, this is what I'm thinking about right now. All the little Hallmark birthday cards that are like over the hill once you hit like what, 30? And it's,
Oh,
yes,
I
I know
see.
everyone's gonna come
Number
at me and
30.
say like, oh, you're joking. You know, it's a joke, over 40, over 50, over the hill, whatever the shit. I don't care. Like, it's so dumb and it's so, our subconscious mind doesn't
Right. It registers it all.
our subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and what's not. It takes everything that we hear, see as reality. And so if we're hearing these quote unquote jokes all the time about, "Oh, I'm old, that's why I like going to bed early. I'm a grandma. I like doing this. Because I like these things." And while I do make jokes, I'm not completely innocent. I do make jokes about that sometimes, but it's not something I'm talking about all the time. And
Mhm.
because it really is about what you focus on. And I
Right.
really don't subscribe to commercials. I try, like, as much as you can try to avoid media, you really can't because there's, I mean, anything. There's commercials, there's ads that pop up on all social media now.
Yeah.
There is billboards, there's like all sorts of things we're getting fed to us. Whether we are consciously actively looking at it or listening to it, it doesn't matter because we're hearing it and absorbing it and taking it as real. So,
Yeah.
the
From
best
other people
way
too.
Oh, yeah, and the people you talk to, the people who are
Mhm.
always like, "Oh my god, my back is killing me. It's because 'cause I'm 87 now." And it's like, "Okay, you're 30, like, calm down." But they're owning this thing as when you get old, you hurt all the time, you're in pain, you can't move, you sleep early, you can't, like, I know that some of those things happen, but it's because we believe they happen
Mhm.
or because we're learning more about ourselves as an individual and we've noticed that our body doesn't like certain things or like certain things better. And that's okay. That actually has nothing to do with aging. That has something to do with you understanding yourself.
Right.
So, as you can tell, big pet peeve there. Because I
I see.
completely go off
Woo.
because it pisses me off. Everyone's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
it's
I
true.
can't do that now because I'm old." And I'm like, "No, you can't do that now because you don't wanna do that now. That's a completely different thing. You're making a
It's a cop
choice.
out. Yeah.
You're making a
Yeah, I had a
choice."
friend who turned 60 and then and he forgot something. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, senior moment." I'm like, "What?" It's like, don't even say that in this house again, ever. Don't ever say that in my presence again, because that you just forgot something. I forget something since I was, a kid. People just forget stuff. It doesn't mean that, your brain is failing. So come on. Come on. It's
No.
just, it's the what I really don't like is those black balloons. I mean, you turn 40 and you get black balloons. I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's 50 or 60 now, but it's just that's when it started.
Yeah.
That's when it started. And what I noticed today? It was funny. When I it's what's I'll weave it in. When you're a kid, you can't wait to grow up, right? You want to be big, you want to be an adult. And then once you're adult, you're like, oh, okay. Well, this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Right. And then so then driving today, I noticed when I started driving, like almost everybody driving on the road was older than me, or there was some the same age, but most of them were older than me. Now I'm driving on the road thinking, wow, most of the people driving are younger than me. That's just a weird shift,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, it can mean whatever I want it to mean. It doesn't matter. I'm still capable of driving, but they just,
Yeah.
it's really invasive. It's you get these senior discounts. I think when I was 50, I started getting notices from that retirement, big conglomeration insurance company. I don't know what it's called. When I was 50, it's like, here's your senior discount. I'm like, wait, what? I'm not a senior. So, you know,
I mean, that's all fine. Like, it's just a number. And I know our society acknowledges that, like, retirement begins at 65 or whatever it is, even though I don't think it even does for most people anymore. It just because of capitalism can't afford to live.
yeah,
Um, and obviously, I feel like there are going to be people who are be like, well, obviously, there's a biological component. And yes, there is. There is science and
yes.
biology to prove that obviously, as our bodies age, there are certain things that may or may not change. And that's, I think, just part of the normal human condition. But like you said earlier, there's people all over the internet. There's that one like amazing lady. She's like 70, like 8, and she's weightlifting constantly, and that takes a lot of hard work and dedication. But
Yeah.
she would even tell you herself that 99% of it is mindset, and it's what you believe and what you choose to believe and what you choose to focus on. Our minds are so powerful, and being
Yes.
so aware of your thoughts and your words that you speak. If you walk around all day saying, I'm tired, I forget everything, you're going to create more and more of that. And it's okay if you say it a couple times because you're just like, oh, I'm tired today. Like, okay, that's fine. We move on about our day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I forgot shit, silly moment. Like, you can still be human and like say, I'm not saying, I feel like people sometimes take what I say, like when I'm saying focus on your thoughts and your words, as like you have to be so careful every single word, because then you just feel trapped and you can't actually be yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Be yourself, vent it out. But I'm more of so talking about what you focus your thoughts on. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, even people with like anxieties or fears and phobias, like if I had oh my God, what's the word? It just flew out of my brain. Spider, thank you. If I had a spider phobia, which let's be honest, I kind of do, and I laid in bed and only thought about spiders, like what am I creating, right? You bet your ass I'm probably gonna see some spiders the next day. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Bring him right to you.
I'm going to provide myself with anxiety because that's what my brain will be
Yeah.
thinking on. So I won't be able to sleep. This actually happened to me the other night. I'm not perfect. We had this big ass praying mantis. It was like 4 inches. It was the biggest one I've ever seen. And I like had a hard time sleeping because I was like scared it would like get into my room and like kill me. So, which also like that's not real either, but you
It's gonna
know,
eat you alive.
I wasn't focusing on like I was thinking
Mm.
about it and like that was my choice. So like that was my bad.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. I'm not saying this is easy, especially because our subconscious is pre-programmed from the time we are 0 to 7. So there is a lot of crap that we absorb, and unless we are actively rewiring, our default thoughts and go-tos are going to be the,
Still there. Yeah.
anti-aging, like unless we're actively rewiring it. So it just takes practice. If aging is something you think about a lot and something you're worried about, look up, um, I actually don't know. I haven't tried this because I look for other types of like affirmations, but on Insight Timer or YouTube, or I actually, yeah, on YouTube, you could look up like anti-aging affirmations or just like aging
Yeah.
gracefully. You could look up affirmations or subliminal messaging, and I honestly fall asleep to like those type of like sleep affirmations like every night to just help set like because your subconscious listening all the time. So that's
Right.
what things that I love to do or have on in the background, like while I'm doing stuff around the house, high frequency music with like affirmations underneath, things like that. So there are lots of things to do, and really just reframing how you perceive it. If you see a wrinkle and you find yourself judging, just like be like, wow, like just change it. Just a quick rewrite of that thought, because a positive thought is 50 times more powerful than a negative thought. So if you're like, oh man, my eyes are all wrinkly, then you can be like, wait a second, my eyes are wrinkly because I have been so privileged to laugh and feel so much joy in my life, or to have cried, or to just feel emotions. And that's what I'm here as a human, is to feel and express emotions and really just turn it into a way to just be grateful for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, that's a whole lot of stuff you just talked
I know. I
about.
realized I literally like word vomited all that.
That's good. It's just coming from a pure source then.
Yeah.
And you talked about monitoring your thoughts or paying attention to them. And the word that popped into my mind was just to observe. Just observe them. Don't try to corral them or suppress them. Just like, what am I thinking? So I forgot something in the other room. I was like, are you saying beneath the surface, like, oh crap, it's because I'm old? Or are you just like, okay, I forgot what I came back here for? So just observe. And if you notice that there's some programming behind what you're, behind what you're thinking, then rewrite the program.
I love that.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
rewrite the
Yeah.
program. And what you were talking about with Wrinkles reminded me from a really funny movie called Connie and Carla, where they're up on stage. These girls are pursuing their dream of singing, and they're telling jokes, and somebody in the audience isn't laughing, and they stop the show, and it's like, why haven't you smiled? These are great jokes. And she's like, oh yeah, Botox. And they're like, what are you doing? And then the line is, wrinkles are because you've lived. And so if he doesn't love you or she doesn't love you when your face looks like a map, then tell him to hit the road. Because yeah, I love that line, because like, right, we earn those wrinkles, because that means we've been laughing, we've been crying, we've been having a good life. And embrace whatever's happening, if you want or not want. But to my mom was really paranoid about that, really paranoid about aging. And I think the worry caused more aging than anything.
Exactly.
Really, I mean, she was super worried about it, and it caused so much stress on the body. So that the worry is far more powerful than, so to rewrite your thoughts. And you said to do anti-aging affirmations. And I would like to just tweak that a little bit and just say, focus on what you want to create versus what you don't want to create. So anti-aging is what you don't want to create. So focus on youthful vitality, supple skin, bright, happy energy, vitality, etc., etc. So
yes, thank you for bringing that up, because your subconscious mind doesn't actually register
the anti part.
Yeah, it only takes like the verbs, like the action words. So if you focus all the time on like, I don't want this, it will actually hear, I want this. It will not hear the don't. So yes, I like that you said focus on the youth. So youthful affirmation, something like that. And I want to hear about your practices in this area, and I'll share mine too, because just real quick, what I do, when every night when I'm washing my face and putting on like the toner, like I'm a total nerd for like skincare stuff, but you will not see me buying like the $80 1-ounce lotions, because what's in that? Like gold from, I don't
Actually, gold is
actually
good for
know.
your skin.
No, I know, but like, is it like pure gold from like some like I don't even know. The most ridiculous things are popping in my head right now. I can't even say them out loud because it's just embarrassing how dumb they are. But anyway, it's just capitalism, not a fan. So what I do, I got my little like natural like toner, right? I got like rose water and shit. That's like a Lebanese thing, y'all. It works. So if you need that, do that. The pure rose water, like from the store. Anyway, you can put it on your face. And as I'm doing it, I'm just like, okay, I am glowing. My skin is glowing, radiant. I'm vibrant. It's smooth, it's even, and it's stretchy. I say that because I don't have stretchy skin. So I've been trying to make my skin more elastic with my thoughts. So those are the things that I focus on as I'm putting on my stuff every night. And that way you're also kind of like giving yourself Reiki, because you're saying those things and you say them like you mean them. And you're like rubbing, like you're doing it with your with your hands, right? Rubbing your skin. You're just like, okay, I'm glowing. I'm vibrant. I am youthful. I have even, beautiful, whatever it is, skin tone. And so that's just like fun. And I've actually had people, I haven't changed my skincare like stuff, and I've had people tell me that my skin looks clear, and I'm like, affirmations, man, it works.
Exactly. Affirmations are a big part of alchemy or manifesting. And some people are not really sure that they work. And I did an experiment on that. That's, for me, alchemy is experimenting and playing with it, because keeping that high vibe and that joyful, playful energy helps it work better. And I had a friend who was very doubtful about some of the spiritual concepts that I shared with them. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me think. What experiment could I do to help prove that this stuff is working for my friend? And so they were going pretty great, really great. And they used to have really dark hair and they were going really gray. I'm like, okay, how about? So I asked the universe, like, okay, to prove that it works, turn their hair back to black. All right, turn it back to black. And I kept that affirmation present. And over a few months, I noticed a difference. And it was in the back of the head where that person couldn't see it. But I'm thinking, wow, that's black again. And it really worked. And I was thinking,
oh my gosh,
wow, talk about proof. And then when they finally noticed and looked in the back of their head, they're like, my God, the back of my head is black again. Like, see, there's your proof. So
yeah.
But once they found out about it, then it kind of nixed it. So I don't know.
Because the underlying belief wasn't there.
Because their belief shifted it. So
of course.
I'd like to read this quote from the alchemy book. It's the Saint Germain on alchemy. Great book if you ever have a chance to get it. It's called Spiritual Alchemy Formulas for Self-Transformation. And this is just the most amazing teachings in here. But here's a quote on how to because basically energy affects everything. And our thoughts are the energy and our emotions are the energy. And so here's the quote: if you wish a more youthful appearance, you must visualize yourself as having just that. If you wish more vitality, you must visualize yourself as already having that vitality, your muscles rippling with God's energy, your mind brimming over with vital ideas, tingling with light and life and love. You must feel and know that the energies of God are flowing through your fingertips and toes, emanating into space, the glow of abundant health and a transfiguring countenance. That says it all to me. Yeah. I read that. I'm like, yeah, baby, that's what I want. I'm going to do that. So that's one of my daily practices is whenever I shower, I release anything that's not serving me into down the drain. I let it go down the drain. Let it just rinse off of me. We probably mentioned the shower before. I use the violet flame to kind of flow through and everything. And what I say to that violet flame as it's passing through me is I create vitality, transforming and transmuting any energies that are ready to be released. I'm youthful and vigorous and vital. And so those are that's when I do my affirmations, visualizing the violet flame going through and doing that energy going through and just doing all that work, rejuvenating. So that's my rejuvenation practice.
I love that. And you probably feel really good after. And that's a point I wanted to bring up is visualization doesn't necessarily work for everyone. So remember, something we say to y'all all the time is do what works for you. If it works for you to write down those every morning when you wake up or before you go to bed at night. So if that's a way for you to feel connected to those words, to those things that you want to create, do that. If visualization works, if doing the shower works, if doing try and play with it. Keep it high vibe, keep it light, fun energy. This shouldn't feel like a chore. That will completely cancel it out. Make it
a good idea.
Fun. And also, something else I've learned in all of my manifestation studies is making sure that what you're saying to yourself does have a level of believability for where you're at in your journey. So, I mean, you can't, but if I woke up tomorrow and just started telling myself I'm a millionaire, if I'm being very honest with myself, I don't believe that. So you can say, there's caveats that you can use to help yourself get there. You can say, I am closer than ever to believing that I have as much money as I want in my bank account. Or, I am closer than ever to believing this. Or it just lowering lowering the
Baby steps.
bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
baby steps is a big thing because in order to in order to really attract and be at the certain level of things you want to create. Now, I'm encouraging you to dream big. If your goal is to be a millionaire or to make $1 million in your business or to have the smoothest skin you've ever seen in the whole world with whatever, whatever the reasoning, then baby steps, right? My skin is feeling smoother every day. That's it. And it doesn't have to be more than that. And then you can be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, my skin is the coloring in my skin is perfectly even. It's getting better and better every minute or every day or every week." Whatever you can connect to and actually feel, because those feelings is what will actually drive the process to become your reality. Our emotions are everything. So whatever you can feel is what will come into your reality faster. Um, one more thing. Oh, go ahead.
Tagging on to what you're saying,
Yeah.
you're talking about belief, and sometimes it is hard to honestly believe, but I am reminded to remind you that what's doing the work is not you personally. It's the energy of God, the energy of the infinite. And there's nothing that energy can't do. You're just inviting that energy to work through you. So that helps you believe it. Then definitely remember that what's actually doing who's doing the work is God energy. There's no
Yeah.
limits there.
Yes, and the universe has got your back. And if you want proof that they're there to support you, ask for it. We've talked about this before. Ask for proof. If it's a pure source and if it really the proof will show up for you. Um, Good points. Yes, exactly. And y'all know what the other element of that is, right? Trust. You know it.
Trust.
You gotta
Right. Don't
trust.
tell anybody that you're doing it, because if
That too.
you tell other people, their negative thoughts can nix your little experiment in the bud. So
That too, because other people's energy and thoughts do matter. But you just have to also trust in the universe, trust that it will come when the time is right. Also, there's also an element, I believe, looking from big picture. If I focus on, even like Adria, your book, for example,
mhm.
I know you wanted it released sooner. And I know you were focusing and working on getting it released sooner, sooner, sooner. But all these kind of things kind of popped up, which delayed it and delayed it and delayed it.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
look, I truly believe that this timing was what it was supposed to be. And it's coming out when it's supposed to be out, when the world is ready for it, when
Yeah.
you're ready for it. Because your
Exactly.
energy has to match the vibration. And that happens with your thoughts and how you carry yourself. Now, one more important thing that I want to touch on is if you're finding that you have all of these thoughts and feelings about aging and you find yourself so resistant to just embracing yourself, first of all, I want to talk about body and just loving it and embracing it for what it is, no matter what it is, because it's always giving you messages. It's giving you something for a reason. It's talking to you constantly. Get quiet and listen to it. And more importantly, if you have these thoughts and feelings about aging, I encourage you to self-reflect and ask yourself, where are these coming from? Is it coming from media? Is it coming from, I mean, I'm sure people are out there that get those types of messages from their family members. Oh, you're getting
Yeah.
old, you got to do this now. Like, I know I've heard crap like that. So,
Mhm.
and especially when it comes to having babies and getting
Oh my
married, there's
gosh. Yeah.
so much pressure about this timeline. The timeline doesn't exist, okay? Timelines
Mhm.
don't exist. Time is infinite. Time is not real. Don't worry about that. But really look into where those thoughts are coming from, because only when you really see that and have that awareness can you really heal and move on from it and begin the rewiring process. So I know
It's a
there's a
slow
lot of,
process.
I'm Lebanese. I know there's a lot of anti-aging stuff in my culture. Lebanon is one of it's one of the countries in the world that has like the most plastic surgery. Like it is very much frowned upon in Lebanon.
Wow.
It's like to the extent where you actually don't go out in the world until you're healed from plastic surgery. Like you don't show your face. You go to the hospital and you actually stay there. There's like beds you stay long term until you're healed. Like it's a very rooted problem. Well, problem is my own judgment of it, but I think it's a problem because I think we need to encourage people to love and embrace themselves and life for what it is
Hmm.
and your body for what it is. Because let's face it, all of this anti-aging crap is focused on body. It's not about,
Yeah.
oh, wow, you're so wise now, right? Because that's not necessarily
No,
a negative thing.
you
It's like,
never hear
oh,
that. Where is that? Let's get that out here.
let's start that, you know?
Yeah, let's start that.
Also, I loved
You're
what you
so
said
wise.
I loved what you said earlier about you earn your wrinkles. I think that's the name of this podcast episode. I love it. You earn those wrinkles. You earn them, babe. Love it.
Badges of honor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he doesn't love you and your face don't look like a map, tell him to hit the road, right?
That's right. Yes.
So
Thank you.
great.
Thank you, Connie and Carla.
That's such a good movie, y'all. Check that one out. It's hilarious and
It is.
endearing. And if you like music, especially Broadway stuff, you definitely gotta
Oh my
listen to
goodness.
gotta
Yes.
watch that. Okay. There was a lot of things that like poured out of my mouth in this episode. Is there any other thoughts you'd like to share with the family here?
Well, I think I popped him in there when I had a chance.
Oh, you did. And Minnie pops him in there too. Look at
He's
her.
Penny his she's promoting gray hair. She said it looks awesome on me. So you know what? It's the thing.
Love it. Those of you listening to the audio and not on YouTube, Minnie is Adria's cute little kitty that's all gray and sitting behind her as we record.
Big fluffy Persian.
Yeah,
So,
she's so fluffy. And she
yeah,
says to all of you to just keep aging, age gracefully, enjoy it. Enjoy it. I mean, really
just
enjoy it. Make it
yeah, don't
fun.
think about it. Just do your life. Do you. There's so many more
Yeah.
things to think about. Do you be the best person that you can become? That's what true graceful aging is, becoming your
Yeah.
best self and embracing and expressing your best self and being your true self. So,
Yeah. Enjoy your
yeah.
life. Do and focus on the things that fill you with joy because that high vibe energy won't let you quote unquote age. It will
Mm.
keep you like it, like you said, everything's energy. I've already decided that I'm permanently 27, so do what you will with that.
Yep. Yep. I'm down with that.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Well, this has been super fun. If you're still here, thank you for listening to all of the things. See, this is why I like to podcast, man. I just start and like all this stuff kind of just
Man,
pours through me.
that's amazing. See, wisdom.
And I didn't even have to age. So, by the way,
See,
wisdom does
just
not
saying,
necessarily come with age. It's
it's not
just,
age dependent. That's what she came in with. That's why her name's Athena.
exactly, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you all. Like, actually, thank you all for being here. We love you all so much. Please spread love, take care of yourself. I know the holidays are coming up. Make sure you focus on taking care of yourself. And if you need any tips and tricks on how to deal with families, we do have an episode about that. Go back and listen to it. It's fantastic. And you can find us. I'll put all the links in the show notes where you can find us on social, send us an email or a DM, either of us on Instagram or
Yep.
Gmail if you have any questions, suggestions. We are here for it. Make it a wonderful day, and we will talk to you soon.
Yep. See you soon. Take care.